My name is Andrea. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing 5 Christmas DIY signs made out of Dollar Tree calendar pages. So let's get started. This DIY is a Let It Snow sign. I'm using this round Valentine's sign from Dollar Tree along with the Let It Snow page from this Dollar Tree calendar. To start with, I'm painting the sign with white chalk paint from Folk Art. I'm now cutting out the Let It Snow page to fit onto the round sign. Now I'm attaching the calendar page to the sign with a glue stick. I have this gold wired ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm making a bow for the bottom of the sign. I'm making several loops, then keeping them in place using hot glue. For something a little extra, I'm adding these red berries to the sign. Once I have them all arranged the way I want them, I'm hot gluing them in place. I'm also adding these mini pine cones below the red berries along with some white berries. Today's video is part of a Christmas in July collab hosted by Yanni and Diane from Deco Easy. I'll have the playlist along with everyone's channels linked below, so make sure to check it out for lots of fun Christmas DIY inspiration. This DIY is a Merry Christmas Y'all sign. I'm using this Dollar Tree calendar page for this DIY, and I'm cutting around the mason jar shape. For this DIY, I'm using this rectangular love sign from Dollar Tree. It is covered in glitter, so I'm sanding it all off before painting it, and I'm also sanding the frame of the sign. I'm using this white chalk paint and painting over the sign. To give it a bit of a more rustic farmhouse look, I'm taking this country twill paint from Folk Art and lightly dry brushing over top of the white paint. Now I'm going in with some white acrylic paint just to soften it and blend all the colors together. Now I'm painting over the frame part of the sign with this acrylic paint from Deco Art in the shade Raw Sienna. And now I'm gluing the mason jar onto the sign. This DIY is a cutting board Merry Christmas sign. I'm using this cutting board sign from Dollar Tree and painting it with country twill paint from Folk Art. I'm now going over the cutting board with white paint, doing light strokes, but a lot of them. Now I'm going back over top with the same Country Twill paint I used before, just to blend everything together. For this DIY, I'm using this Dollar Tree farmhouse calendar, turning to the Merry Christmas page. I'm cutting out the jar and greenery, then gluing it onto the sign. Now I'm taking this thin gold ribbon and making a bow for the bottom of the sign. I'm making 3 loops on either side of the bow, along with another loop in the center. This DIY is a Happy Holidays frame with a poinsettia. I'm using the Happy Holidays page from this Farmers Market Dollar Tree calendar. I have this picture frame, which I believe was from Dollar Tree a while ago, and I'm tracing the glass from the frame onto the calendar page, then cutting it out. Now I'm putting the frame back together with the calendar page inside. These little pine cone and berry bunches are off of different Dollar Tree Christmas ornaments, and I'm adding them to the frame using hot glue. This DIY is a snowy Christmas tree farm sign. For this DIY, I'm using the Farm Fresh calendar from Dollar Tree, and I'll be using the Farm Fresh Christmas tree page. I'm starting by cutting off the Farm Fresh section at the top of the page because this will not fit onto my sign. I'll be using this rectangular sign from Dollar Tree. This was used as part of a previous DIY, which is why it's looking a little beat up. I'm starting off by sanding down the whole sign. Now I'm gluing the calendar page onto the sign. I'm painting the edges of the sign that the calendar page doesn't cover with white chalk paint. To give it a more rustic look, I'm taking some brown paint and lightly dry brushing over the white edges. Then I'm going over top with some white acrylic paint to blend it all together and make the edges look a little less harsh. This roll of faux fur was from Dollarama, and I'm using it to make a 3D snowy scene with these trees from Dollar Tree. First, I'm hot gluing a larger and a smaller tree to the bottom left corner of the sign. Then I'm trimming down the faux fur and gluing it to the trees to make it look like snow. I'm also adding a thin strip of the fur along the bottom of the sign and onto the right. And I'm hot gluing some red berries underneath the snow on the right-hand side. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you're new here. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.